This podcast may contain adult themes and strong language. I've completely forgotten how I started.
Well, that's a bloody good start to the podcast.
What do I say? Welcome to episode 73 of Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray. Here we go again.
Oh, it's been a busy week.
It has been a busy week.
And the week before that was busy. It's just like we have busy weeks all the time.
It's like we have busy lives and should do a podcast to talk about it.
Yes, we could call it Marbella with him and her.
Yeah, what a great idea. Last week was just before we watched the football and saw the Lionesses beat Spain.
Was that a week ago now?
Yeah, it was.
Wow, it seems like that's gone really quickly.
It was a good match, wasn't it? I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm wondering why my hip hurts. And I think it was yesterday I was mucking around trying to do the Chloe Kelly jump.
And you've hurt yourself.
I think I have hurt myself. Because I'm wondering why it's like hurting then. It must have been because when she came on the pitch, well, it's really funny. When she came on the pitch, she does this sort of like little skip.
Yeah.
And then just before she takes a penalty, she does that same skip.
Yeah.
And then I've seen lots of memes of people doing that, like just going shopping and doing the Chloe Kelly jump. Really funny.
Brilliant. It was nice to watch some really good football. So often when we're watching England men, all the country gets all jeered up and we're all excited. It's coming home. Could this be the year? All that kind of stuff. And then you're watching them going, come on, lads. Like it's like they're having a kickabout in a park on a Sunday.
I will say it wasn't the Lionesses' best game.
Okay.
They didn't play that well. I mean, on the day, Spain played much better than England and probably deserved to win it.
Right. Well,
if you're going to slag off the men, I'm just going to tell you how it is.
Well, they were playing like they wanted to win, though.
Yes, that's the difference.
You could see the passion.
The big difference with the women, as they've shown a few times in this tournament, is that they've never given up.
Yeah.
They've played to the whistle goes, basically. So they keep going and going. And they've had some very late goals that have managed to get them through to the next round. Because they've just never stopped. They've had the belief that it doesn't matter if there's only a minute to go. We can turn this around.
Yeah.
And they have. So they showed that again in this game, in the final. They weren't the better side, as I said, but they kept going. And then when it eventually went to penalties, they won.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, England were really good on defence, weren't they? Because Spain had a lot more chances for goals and there was always loads of England players around defending, doing a great job.
Well, you know why?
When it came to attacking, they weren't there a lot of the time,
You know why they are good in defence? They had someone called Hannah in goal.
Well, there you go. Defensive Hannah.
Yeah, there's no need to be so defensive.
She was player of the match.
Yes, and did you read about her afterwards? So she's cross-eyed. So her perspective, she's not allowed to play anywhere other than goal. Because her perspective, there's a technical scientific name for it, but she just can't work out, how far people are away from her, basically.
You'd think that wouldn't be good for being in goal either, wouldn't you?
Well, maybe it's a new thing. Maybe goalkeepers don't need to see to save the ball.
We had a lovely day at Los Espigones on Sunday. We were supposed to be going with Nikki and the kids before they went back to the UK, but they had to leave a day earlier, so we decided to go just the two of us. And we paid a little bit extra to have cushions on our beds. It was €16 for a bed with a cushion, and well worth it, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that's expensive at all, €16 for some beds.
No. I think without a cushion they're 11, and it's Puerto Banus area, so you'd expect to pay a little bit more, but I think for me I'd rather pay an extra £5 to have a cushion because it makes that much more of a difference.
Well, I mean, at your age now, those bones must be quite brittle, I guess.
It. Don't you say to me about age. You'll trade me in for a 20-year-old.
You want me to trade you in for 20? Oh, sorry.
No, we're married.
What? Yeah?
Stop it. We had delicious food. We had some padron peppers, grilled rosada and chips. It was really, really nice. You were driving.
I was driving.
I had a couple of beers, but then we both started to get gripey tummies and had to leave.
Yes. I don't know if it was just eating the wrong type of thing. I don't know. It's difficult to know whether it's food poisoning, because it's so easy, I think, in the summer when they're preparing food, especially when they're in a busy place. They might just put the chicken down and, you know, on a chopping board or something, and then put some fish down on the same chopping board without realising that they haven't cleaned it. And it's really, that cross-contamination is very easy to be done in the summer. But
because the food was absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, it's lovely.
And the fish was definitely cooked.
Yeah, no, it wasn't off or anything. That, you know, there's nothing like gone bad in it, but it's possibly bad hygiene, or it could just be that we picked up a bug, or, you know, we were drinking. I don't know. Who knows? It's a shame because it ended our afternoon quite abruptly.
Drinking, that's what I mean. You drove and I had
didn't.
Like 2 beers.
Yes.
In fact, I ordered a third, then needed the loo, and ended up not touching the third at all.
No, I know. Yeah. Waste of €6 that was.
It was, yes. But we had a lovely day all the same. I went in the sea and it was cold. It was really cold. I'm sure it's colder this time of year than it normally is. I'm sure you're supposed to walk into the sea like it's a bath.
I don't think we've ever done that. I've always moaned that it's cold, always.
Although when I went in yesterday, it was all right.
That's because you were drunk.
Okay. I wasn't drunk. I've had some interesting guests on the radio this week that I wanted to mention. A lovely woman called Karen Dobres, who's written a book called Pitch Invasion, My Story as a Feminist on a Football Club Board. She was the director of Lewes FC for a while, which is near where you're from.
Yes, it's in Sussex. It's between Sussex and Brighton, so it's on that road going down there. And you've been there. My mum bought you a little present from a little knick-knack shop.
Yeah, we have it downstairs. So yeah, she was fascinating. She was telling me that she had no interest in football for years. She thought it was a man's game and there wasn't really a place for female supporters, or she just wasn't into football at all. And her husband was on the board of Lewes FC, and this was in 2017, and he said to her, as a feminist, are you impressed that we are going to start paying our female players the same as our male players? And her first reaction was, women play football. That's how...
Wasn't the best start, was it?
No. And then she said, well, yeah, why wouldn't you pay them the same? So they made the headlines, Lewes FC, in 2017, by being the first club that pay their players the same. And I asked her whether other clubs had followed suit, and she said, embarrassingly not. They are still the only club who pay their women and men the same. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting. I mean, it will never happen at the sort of senior level in terms of Arsenal, Tottenham, etc., because they're worlds apart, the women's and men's football. I don't mean that in a horrible way, but they are.
No, absolutely.
Talking of women's football, I know you've got a bit more to say on this, but talking of women's football, have you seen that Bend It Like Beckham 2 is going to be coming out?
No.
Yep.
Not with the same actor, surely.
Well, I don't know. I think it might be Keira Knightley again.
Wow. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good film.
Yeah, I really like that.
I mean, especially with all the women's football. Women's football was not around then, really.
Exactly.
Sorry, I don't mean it wasn't around, but it wasn't...
People weren't interested.
Yeah, and it wasn't on TV, you know, but now it is mainstream. Exactly. So it'd be interesting to see how that film goes down now.
Yeah, I reckon there'll be a lot of interest in it.
Yeah.
And so she was fascinating, Karen, telling about her time at Lewes FC, and she also mentioned that anybody can be a co-owner of Lewes FC by paying £50 a year, and then you get a vote on the board.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
I thought that sounded really good.
I had a look on the site. So there's different levels. There's one at £50, there's one at £100, and you get a little bit more. There's £1,000, you get a little bit, you know. All of them, you only still get one vote on the board, but you get extra sort of packages with them, you know. But yeah, it's great.
I really want to have a look at that. Another guy who I spoke to a few weeks ago, actually, but the interview went out on the book show this week, is Brian Klein, whose new book is called The Spider Covenant. He writes kind of political thrillers that sound really good. But he's a television director as well, and he directed 28 seasons of Top Gear. So he had some brilliant stories to tell. Jeremy Clarkson's actually a big fan of his books, which has definitely helped with the sales.
Wow, yeah, because he's quite outspoken, isn't he?
Yeah. And we talked about Stig. And he said, do you know why the Stig was called the Stig?
I think I might have heard this before, but I can't remember.
They were going to call the character of Stig Gimp.
Oh, no, that's not a good name.
Which is really weird. And was it Gimp?
Have you just made this up?
No, because Quentin Tarantino...
Did you really interview this guy?
Yes. So they were just about to bring out Pulp Fiction, not these people, but Quentin Tarantino film Pulp Fiction. And he had a character called Gimp.
Yeah,
the guy in the mask.
In the cellar, yeah.
Yeah. So Quentin Tarantino or his team contacted Top Gear, I think, and said you can't use this name. So they had to come up with another name in like 24 hours. So Jeremy Clarkson said, oh, how about Stig? And they said, why Stig? And he said, oh, well, I went to this, and he went to this posh school somewhere, and the prefix were called Stigs.
Prefix or prefix?
Prefix were called Stigs, and that's where it comes from.
Oh, wow.
Which is a really bizarre, odd fact. Nothing to do with Stig of the Dump.
I tell you what, these podcasts are becoming very educational.
Well, there you go, you see. That's what we like. I also wanted to mention that Sylvia Young died this week, which was very sad to read. She was 86. She lived an incredible life, and I went to her theatre school. People might remember her name. She obviously founded the Sylvia Young Theatre School in London. And loads of famous people, much more famous than myself.
I grew up with loads of girls from her school.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like?
They're watching them on TV.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They were all in Grange Hill and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Denise Van Outen.
Samantha Janus.
Samantha Janus. Also Amy Winehouse, Billie Piper. Loads of...
Oh, most of the people, I think even people like Cat Deeley and stuff possibly all went. I mean, loads of people passed through her theatre school.
And myself. I went on a Saturday and I did tap, I did ballet, I did modern dance, I did singing, and I did acting, and it was absolutely brilliant. I loved every minute of it. I auditioned for Grange Hill with those twins that were in Grange Hill, and one of them went on to marry Declan Donnelly. We auditioned for Grange Hill together. I also auditioned for Aspects of Love, to be one of
so
the kids.
So are you saying you could have gone on to marry Declan Donnelly?
That's basically what I'm saying, yeah. Although I'd be a lot taller than him. So I'd probably...
And you would not be as happy as you are right now.
That's very true, my love. Yes. It was a really, really good school. The guy who was the dance teacher I saw in loads of TV films and TV shows years later. I watched some with you and gone, oh my God, he was one of my teachers at Sylvia Young. The teachers were brilliant. They were so passionate and knowledgeable, and I just remember really, really enjoying it. So very sad to see that she died. I actually had the pleasure of interviewing her and seeing her face to face many years later. She had a place down here, or her daughter had a place down here. So she came into our radio station about 12, 15 years ago, something like that, and I interviewed her, which was amazing.
Yeah, that's special.
Really nice.
Great memory.
I wanted to mention parking in San Pedro. In case anybody doesn't know, because you're kind of likely to do it just once, the underground parking in the centre of San Pedro, I was told, is the most expensive in the area in Marbella, maybe even on the Costa del Sol. It is ridiculous. I was going in for an appointment on Friday morning and I drove round the town 3 or 4 times hoping to find a parking space. None came up, and I thought, well, my appointment's only going to take about half an hour, 45 minutes. So I thought, it's not going to be that bad. So I went in, and for 45 minutes in the underground car park was €6.50.
That is insanely expensive.
Isn't
and
it?
It's ridiculous, and it's a rip-off, and it doesn't do anything good for San Pedro.
No, it's really...
I don't know how they allowed a private company to build something like that and make so much money out of it. I think it's just wrong.
And the car park was packed. I mean, I assume that some of them are residents.
Well, they rent them out. You can sort of rent out monthly parking spaces and stuff. But
yeah, but I bet there's loads of unsuspecting tourists.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, without doubt, people are going in there thinking, it's only cost a couple of euros, and they end up with a bill like... I mean, imagine if you were there for like 2 hours.
Well, exactly.
I mean, what's it going to cost you? Tenner?
Or 4 or 5 hours if you went for lunch and did a bit of shopping.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Yeah, really not good. So just wanted to let you know that.
Because parking is at a premium as well. There's just nowhere to park in San Pedro. The fact that they've got such a big space and charge so much is just outrageous.
It's not good. I had a very interesting and successful meeting with Taco at Hugo Invest in Marbella. And as I keep saying, but I mean it this time next year, Rodney.
Yes, we'll be millionaires.
Exactly. I kind of know where I am now with investing, and we're going to do our first proper trade in my account tomorrow.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm excited about it.
Me too.
I've kind of learnt the tricks of the trade, and we watched a video last week, and yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly. What could possibly go wrong? I had a lovely lunch with Charlotte on Friday at Kalakaua, which a beautiful spot. We had a table right on the edge, so there was no one in our way between us and the sea. It was absolutely gorgeous. And we had exactly what we had last time. We both said, should we have what we had last time? Which was fried rosada, the avocado and prawn salad, and the fried aubergines with the cane honey. Delicious.
Very nice for you.
Yes. But I didn't have a lot to drink because we've spent a lot of this week prepping for the barbecue that we hosted yesterday. We had to go shopping. We were looking for some quite out there things, and we found the perfect thing. We were looking for a kind of tent that's used for shade.
I mean, if you can imagine, it's not a tent. You don't zip up in the front. It's a shade, basically. It's a tent-like structure, but with an open front. But it means you can just put stuff in there that it's not in direct sunlight, or you can just sit in there on your own, or put your head in there, or whatever.
Yeah,
just
there's often a picture with like a mother and baby sitting in there.
So we wanted one of these. Looked online, thought, yeah, there's loads of them. Leroy Merlin sold them, IKEA sold them.
And they were all about €45, weren't they?
So I went on a mission trying to find it. And literally, I went to a sports shop, I went to Court and Glares, I went everywhere.
You went to Leroy Merlin?
I went to Leroy Merlin, but they only do it online, not in the shop. It was a nightmare. So I ended up in the big sort of supermarket place, El Campo, in La Cañada. It's a supermarket and sort of department store, isn't it, the type of thing. And I got everything we wanted in there. Like, literally everything that we hadn't been able to get, I got in there.
And how much was this tent?
It was $7.99.
Isn't that amazing?
Embarrassingly cheap.
Yeah, we were prepared to pay $45.
I know. Imagine if I bought it online, I'd be gutted.
Oh, gosh. Couldn't believe it. We also bought this week a new speaker, a Bluetooth speaker, because we had one that we were going to take to this barbecue beach party, and we charged it overnight, and then when we unplugged it, it was flashing like it needed to be charged.
Yeah, the battery's not working on it. Yeah.
So we bought a new one. We went into Media Market in La Cañada, and there's no staff on.
No, we found one that we wanted, but there was 2 empty boxes, so I couldn't figure out why there was 2 empty boxes. There's only one on display. But we wanted to find out if there is another one, or if they had any more in the stock, or, we just wanted to buy it, basically.
We could have been
and
stood
there was no one to ask. And then we started queuing up at the till, thinking, well, we're going to queue up here for like half an hour, because there's a lot of people there was only 2 people working the till, and there were loads of people queuing. And then we're going to get there, and he's going to say, no, you need to speak to one of the staff in there.
Yeah,
so we would have been a waste. So do you know what? We left. And we went to Fnac, which we promised we'd never do.
I know, I was gutted that we went to Fnac, because we had such issues there when my parents bought me a laptop for my 40th, and after 2 days it stopped working. Was it 1 day? I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was 1 or 2 days.
A week.
Yeah,
and we took it back and they wouldn't accept it. And we had an absolute nightmare with them, and we all vowed we'd never shop in Fnac again. So I hate that we had to get it
Fnac or
there.
Fnac?
I don't know, Fnac, I say.
Fnac.
Is it? Okay.
I don't know.
Well, we got a nice speaker which lights up and flashes and everything for about 120 quid.
None of the other stuff mattered how it sounded. It had flashing lights, and that's what Hannah went for.
No, we looked at the wattage, didn't we?
What?
It's wattage.
What?
It's quite loud, isn't it?
It's 60 watts.
Yeah, really good.
Quite loud.
That didn't mean much to me, but yeah. We'll tell you a bit about the barbecue in a sec, because Friday night we went to Bombay Grill because we needed to get some pictures for the San Pedro guide, because they're on the San Pedro guide now. And so we thought, well, let's go for some food. And Roger and Jan and Sheila and Dad came with us, and we had a lovely meal.
Yeah, it is great food, I've got to say. I mean, there's not many Indians in the area, really. There's another Indian restaurant in San Pedro, but this is standout. It's always been the one we've gone to. We've always got our takeaways and our takeaway deliveries there. And yeah, we just like the food.
And the people there are really nice. And one of the great things they do without any issues at all, which you really can't get everywhere, is separate bills.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So when you're on a table, whether there's 4 of you, 6 of you, 12 of you, 20 of you, if you say, oh, can we have a bill between us, like as a couple, and they'll do one for another couple, or if you've got a group of 3, or however you want to do it, they do all separate bills around the table, which is a great idea, makes it very, very easy.
We've brought this on the podcast before, this information, that some places are actually stopping doing that altogether. So even if there are 4 of you and you want to go halves on it and pay the bill each couple, they're not doing that, as you experienced as well in the restaurant you went to in Fuengirola. So it's great that they're actually doing that and doing it in a proper way rather than the other places which are stopping it.
Absolutely. No, they're very good. And we marvelled on our walk home how busy everywhere was. There was a queue at Alfredo's, which is one of the most kind of popular restaurants in San Pedro. It's very traditional Spanish. It's popular with the Spanish, but it's also very popular with tourists as well.
Yeah, it's been going for many, many years. And usually if someone says, can you recommend me a really good restaurant to go to that's, traditional Spanish, the first place I would recommend is Alfredo's.
Yeah, and there was a big queue going from the road all down the steps into the restaurant. Never seen that before, so that's great. Barguera, one of our tapas favourites, that was packed as well. So it's nice to see places
and it was 10:30, loads of kids playing out in the playground and everything, and that's what I love about Spain and this time of year. It's just, the families are out having a great time. But I have read in the paper recently, in the Surrey English, and in lots of other press actually, that tourism is down massively this year, and that hotel residency is down massively, and accommodation residency is down for holidays. And I think it's a combination of things, because there's been a lot of press, bad press to be honest, about tourists not being welcome, and these sort of protests that have been going on, and people being sprayed with water pistols in Barcelona and everything. And I think that's put a lot of people off.
Yeah,
They've thought, well, if you don't want us, we'll go to Greece or Italy or somewhere where we are welcome.
But I haven't noticed there being less people. No, the traffic is crazy.
Obviously
the restaurants are packed.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of staycation stuff here. So don't forget we're in August now, and a lot of the madrileños have come down as well. So we've doubled the amount of people already. But also, I think the prices as well. We've mentioned again on the podcast, the price of hotels in Spain is very high. And I think that's also putting people off, because they can get a hotel somewhere else in another resort at a much. So I think that combination of not being welcome and high prices, it's just people have just said, do you know what, we'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely. We had a fabulous barbecue yesterday. I booked online. You may have seen them. They do these boats on the beach that are full of sand, where you can rent out and host your own barbecue. You could go down just the two of you if you wanted, or as a family, or have a big party, which is what we did. The boats are kind of not divided, but I mean there are 3 sections to the boat. So I reserved 2 of the sections because I knew there was going to be about 35 of us. And I thought if we could have a vegetable barbecue in one section for all the veggies and vegans, and then another one where we can have a meat barbecue, which made a lot of sense. So you can book it through the town hall. What I'll probably do, maybe if we can put the link on the podcast notes, because a lot of people probably want to know where to book, so we'll put that link. We had to build the barbecue.
Yeah, so basically it's a boat with some bricks on it. It's not even a lot of bricks. You have to go round to the other ones to get in these sort of like bricks. And you dig a sort of little pit in the sand. And we had to buy a grill thing, so the thing that you can actually put on the bricks so that you can make a barbecue and put stuff on it. And we did that, and we got it going, and it was a bit windy, so it got going quite quickly actually. And we had a raging barbecue, and we cooked until we dropped.
Well, you did. You were chief barbecuer.
I was. I do like it.
Well, everyone was very appreciative. I knew that we'd have way too much food, because most people brought food, and we brought way too much food that we weren't just bringing food
to cook some of it.
Well, people were full. So we had loads of food. We decided not to bring any salads this year, because they don't seem to last so well in the sun.
In this weather. It's not even the direct sunlight. It's just the temperature is, if you've got lettuce and stuff, it just wilts. It doesn't look very nice, and
We had baby potatoes, which we roasted.
Yeah, they went down well.
Yeah, they were really nice. We also had asparagus, which you did on the griddle with honey.
Did I do both? There must be a packet of that left somewhere.
No, I think we just did both. No, you only did one. Have you found the padron peppers as well?
No.
I must have put them in the fridge.
Oh, they must be in the fridge. We keep losing things.
I think I put them all in the fridge, yeah. So we got all these padron peppers, which would have gone down a storm, but we didn't get to them either. No, shame.
So we'll be eating
meat and
we'll be eating well this week.
We will be eating. We could just have padron peppers for dinner.
Yeah,
we got
and asparagus. Padron peppers and asparagus.
Nice. Our wee will be beautiful.
Oh,
sorry.
You don't get asparagus wee, do you?
I don't. No, I don't think so.
I do.
Yeah.
Smelly wee.
Oh, don't talk about smelly wee. We moved the benches as well. I was really nervous because we'd said to people the barbecue starts at 4, so we got there at like 2. in order to hopefully claim a decent area.
They were heavy.
They were really heavy, the benches, but we had a fabulous spot, didn't we? It went down really well. And Debbie had learnt the dance to House of Bamboo, that song from This City Is Ours. The House of Bamboo by Andy Williams. It's a great little song, so she taught us all the dance, which was funny.
Yeah, so that's gone up on social media now, so it's only as a story, so it probably won't be up there by the time you hear this, but yeah, great fun.
Yeah, and I had a swim. There was a group of us that went in for a swim, and it was
I ran
lovely.
ran in and then ran out again and hurt my feet on the stones because I forgot my shoes.
We've watched a few interesting shows in the last few weeks. Last week we watched a show called Mixtape, which was on BBC. We managed to get it on BBC iPlayer. It was just 4 episodes, and it was adapted from a book, and I interviewed the author, James Sanderson, and it was really good. We really, really liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all full of nostalgia for a start.
Yeah, and it's just remembering that mixtape. So it's a thing they used to do for girlfriends or boyfriends, wasn't it? When you put lots of songs together, you literally tape them usually from the radio or from tape to tape, and you make somebody a mixtape. It's like, wow. Made me a mixtape.
Exactly. It was lovely watching that and reminiscing. But it all also got us talking about cheating and what, not as in considering cheating, but talking...
careful. I mean, so far you want me to trade you in for a younger model and now you want me to cheat.
No! We were talking about what constitutes as cheating because it was fascinating. So that basically these two people who were first loves, they're now older and they live in different parts of the world and they're married with kids. And they weren't happily married and they were going through tough times, and they basically found each other on social media. And before they started talking on social media, they were just sending each other Spotify songs that were obviously from the mixtapes that they had made each other. And when each of them received a message, they were smiling and were so happy. And we were discussing how fascinating it was that even though they were nowhere near each other physically, neither of them had said anything. They hadn't even said, hello, how are you? I've been thinking about you. I still love you. I mean, it was nothing like that. They'd said no words. They were just sending songs. We sort of felt like it was almost cheating just doing that.
I've seen it in a new word now. It came up on, because that song I played you about cheating, you know, when you go into a bar and there's a blonde and she buy her a drink and stuff, and she said, that's cheating. It's called micro-cheating.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, micro-cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the thing is, they had so much history there. So we were saying, you know, it's different than, I mean, not that this is okay either, but different than getting drunk and having a sort of drunken snog in a nightclub kind of thing. That potentially would be constituted as cheating, of course, but you might not know the person's name, it might not mean anything, you could kind of discuss that it was a horrible mistake and you feel horrendous and whatever. But with this, even though, as I say, they hadn't physically done anything, because there was so much history there, it felt like more of a betrayal than the other, didn't it? It was weird.
Yeah, it was. Well, we knew the backstory for both of them, so yeah, their partners didn't.
No, and that's the thing, they'd kept it from their partners, and this is what we were saying, if ever we are in communication with an ex-partner for whatever reason, we always tell each other, I had a message from so-and-so, and it's all out in the open because nobody's doing anything wrong, nobody's got anything to hide.
Because we have an open relationship.
Exactly, not quite. Not according to what we discussed a couple of weeks ago. Oh dear. And we're also watching a show which is a few years old actually, but we're really loving, called Aquarius, which has got David Duchovny in.
We watched something with him in before. It was called Californication.
Yes, he was good in that as well.
Well, he just slept with everybody. In fact, he's doing that.
I think it's obviously his thing. But this is all about Charles Manson. And we're learning an awful lot about Charles Manson.
Wow,
aren't we?
yeah, I didn't. So he was almost the Epstein of his time, wasn't he? He had stuff on people.
Yeah, and that was his thing. Well, one of his things. So we can really recommend that Aquarius. That's really good.
And talking of Epstein, it's fascinating. So they've it's on the papers and other things as well. So it's not just me going to a conspiracy site or anything. Because they showed that video, didn't they? The video that didn't exist about his cell, and then suddenly it does. And then they've analysed it and closed in on it, and you can see an orange thing going up, like a reflection. So somebody was there. So yeah,
Wow.
everybody's now saying, what is that? We can see something. So yeah.
And we have now put out our video for our competition, Summer in San Pedro, on the San Pedro Guide. If you follow us on Instagram, which is San Pedro Marbella Guide, then you'll see the reel that we put up and all the information. Basically, you need to take a photograph representing Summer in San Pedro, tag us on social media, on Instagram, the San Pedro Marbella Guide, and we will be picking a winner at the end of August, and the lucky winner will get a €50 voucher to spend in the Hogan stand, and you'll have a whole year to use it. So if you have a holiday home and you won't be coming over till next summer, for example, that is fine. You can be included as well.
And the prices are so reasonable in the Hogan stand that will easily get you a meal for two.
Yes, it will go a long way. Couple of articles from the Sur in English. There was the headline saying 3 of Spain's most expensive toll road sections are in Malaga, which is unsurprising, isn't it?
Yeah, it does seem that everything that's really expensive is here.
Yeah. Funnily enough, they were talking about it per kilometre. So interestingly, it's in Bilbao, the most expensive stretch of road, but actually the toll only costs you €1.50, which isn't expensive at all, but it's for just 3 kilometres.
Well, we got
So
caught
that's
like
how it ends
that.
up
Do you remember
being.
in Torrevieja when we were leaving my
Yeah.
sisters? We ended up going up, round about and back down again because it didn't seem like you could
But
do
I think it
anything
was
else.
like 8 or something. It wasn't a couple of euros
Yeah.
because we had to do it twice and
Twice.
realised we'd spent like 20 odd quid on.
Just by going.
couple of- yeah.
Yeah, very strange.
But the ones that are near us, or where we are, Alto Pedrizas to Malaga, so that's more Malaga city, Malaga to Estepona, which is absolutely where we are, and then Estepona to Guadiaro. They're the 3 sections near us that are some of the most expensive in Spain. Talking about cars, we've been saying recently all the building that's going on, all these extra apartments that they're building. There's nowhere for the cars to go.
No.
The infrastructure isn't there.
So in San Pedro, in the area that's Fuente Nueva, so that's sort of Cortico Blanco opposite, it's on the Ronda Road side. They usually have a circus or something on that sort of ground. Well, that's all going to be developed, and I think there's 2 new developments going up there, something like 1,200 apartments. And there is nowhere for these cars, because if you imagine 1,200 apartments, okay, on average most people have 2 cars per family, so it's potentially going to put another 2,000 cars odd on the road. There's no extra road, it's already busy, you can't get on and off that road. In the summer you're queuing up from way almost down towards Estepona. Where's it all going to go?
Yeah, it's mad.
And it's just crazy that they're just
Greed.
building and building and building and building without a thought about this.
Yeah. You mentioned the circus. My dad and Sheila went this week, the Berlin Circus in San Pedro.
Yeah, I remember you told me, and I said, whose kids are they taking? And they didn't take any kids, they went themselves.
Sheila said they were the only people there without children. But they said it was really good. Sheila was describing all the acts and all the wonderful things they did. It sounds amazing.
Well, we like Cirque du Soleil, so...
Yeah,
you
we're
know,
a bit
it's just
spoilt with circuses.
yeah.
But she said it was, all that stuff she described. Like there's a motorbike that's going along the high wire, this
Yeah.
tiny stretch of wire, and it sounded really impressive. So whether you've got kids or not, that's running until I think the 4th of September, 3rd or 4th of September, so well worth oh no, maybe that's August. No, it's the Van Gogh experience, which is running until the 4th of September, which I
Which we
also
still
really
haven't been
want to
to,
do. That's in Estepona. So yeah, check out the circus because it might only be on for the next couple of days.
I did read something on the San Pedro page that this Oasis Festival, there's one thing that was meant to be happening that's been cancelled because the artist is ill.
Okay.
So just look out for that. It was one of the big Spanish ones, but yeah, something's been cancelled. I only saw it briefly, so I can't tell you exactly what it is.
Something's been cancelled. You're the font of information.
I
What
am.
would we do without you?
You'd go to that concert hoping to go and no one would be
See
there.
something, but something's cancelled. Also, I just wanted to mention Will Smith was at Starlight
Let's get
Festival.
jiggy with it.
I really wanted to go, and apparently he was amazing. He did all the old hits, Boom, Shake the Room, everything. But he did one thing that was a bit weird. He pulled his
Slap somebody around the face.
No, he didn't do that. He pulled his Oscar out the bag.
Is that what he calls it now?
And
Meet my Oscar.
my friend was there, and she said it was really interesting. Kind of half the room were like, woo, whooping and cheering, and the other half were going, did he just do that? like a really odd... It sort of came across...
I mean, who goes around with their award for ages?
Well, quite. It came across that he really wanted people to like him. He was a little bit like, oh, I've been through a tough time and it's great to have you guys there, and sort of came across a little bit needy.
Yeah, we don't like needy people.
We don't. But aside from that, he was incredibly entertaining and it was a great night, so...
Yeah, I mean, he is a good entertainer.
Yeah, amazing to get these big acts coming here. And I read that there is definite talks that Oasis will be doing a European tour next year, and Madrid will be one of the cities.
Okay. So it's a bit far for us to go, really, isn't it?
No, it's not far for us to go. I 100% need to get tickets for that. Everyone I know who's been to Oasis said it was amazing, even if they had shit seats and could barely see them. Just the atmosphere of everyone singing, and I'd love it so much.
Yeah, well, let's hope there's not a massive queue like there was last time on the phones to try and get tickets.
Well, yeah, there probably will be, but we'll see. Well, that is it from us this week. Have a good week. Do follow us on Instagram. I'm at Radio Hannah.
And I'm PJ Lopez 1 Marbella. And the San Pedro guide is...
San Pedro Marbella Guide. It is goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.
What's wrong with your voice?
I don't know.
Okay.